Hey Barry, what's one thing a girl never forgets?
I don't know.
The first time she kisses a lizard.
Only Dennis Hopper could deliver that. How's it going, guys? I'm Barry.
And I'm Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. Bumping music. Oh, guys, how's it going, everybody? We are starting a new month. We're starting a new month for our themes.
New month, new theme.
Right, and so we had decided, which I'm surprised it took us this long to do.
Right.
Is video game adaptations. And there's no other way to kickstart off this month. We had to do the Super Mario Bros.
Right. Only like the most iconic video game movie ever.
Oh, I don't know if I'd say the most iconic, but it's like it is definitely the first, though, right? Because I don't think War Games doesn't count. Tron doesn't count.
Right. Because I was thinking about that on Tron. It was like, but they made a Tron game off the movie, not the movie off of a game.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I was looking at past interviews about these movies with John Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Right.
And John Leguizamo had said even though the production was miserable, I'm still proud of the film because it was the first of its kind. Right. And so, if you guys don't know, there was a Super Mario's Brother movie. Anybody born after 1993 would have not seen this.
Most likely, yes. 93 is when it came out, right?
Yeah, 93. Yeah. But, I mean, really, it's just... It got such a bad rap from before.
Yes.
Right? I think it's because fanboys... Fanboys are rampant and it was even before the internet, which is
yes.
But yeah, so this movie came out in 1993. It was not well received.
It was not.
It made only half of its budget.
Yeah.
Right, but right. I mean, if you think about all the production that went into this film, the entire set, they had to build an actual alleyway or street,
right,
where they did it. And then I was watching a documentary on this a while back, and they said that all of the shops in there actually worked.
Interesting.
How it's towards the end of the film where the Goombas are shooting, and then they shoot a donut shop.
Yeah,
they actually made donuts in there.
It seems like going a little above and beyond, but I mean, it's their art.
Well, no, but I heard the director was like a husband and wife duo. I heard they were terrible.
Yes, I have just kind of quickly looking through things that definitely. They most likely didn't do a sequel because none of the cast wanted to work with them again.
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, I think halfway towards the film, they actually got fired. The directors got fired. And I forgot who came in. I think it was the DOP that came in, the director of photography. And they said that after they came in, production just went so much more smoother. But, John Hoskins said in an interview that they were only supposed to be there for 5 weeks. He was there for 17.
Right, and he got injured, right?
Yeah, it was during the what's it called? The mattress tunnel scene.
Okay.
Where there was no safety precautions. So he got injured. I think one of the girls that was on the mattress got a broken rib. Which is crazy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he broke his hand.
Yeah.
And then he had a flesh covered cast, and they're if you really look for it, there's a couple scenes where you can see. That his hand is weird, and it's because it's actually a flesh covered cast.
Yeah. And so I remember in the documentary I was watching, apparently before the husband and wife duo got fired, they were kindly referred to trigger warning. The dick and the cunt or something.
Oh, jeez.
Which, if you're getting that from like your team, you're probably gonna get outed, right?
Right.
Oh man.
But it was funny watching this. Like John Leguizamo is so young. Like I've seen him in a ton of stuff, but he looks like
this is probably like one
a
of
baby
his,
in this.
This is probably one of his first like actual leading roles. That's what I'm believing. I know he was like in was he on like in Living Color or I don't think he was in that, but
I'm not sure. I know he was in the movie called The Pest.
I remember The Pest, 1996.
He was the Violator in the Spawn movie.
Oh, also 98? 98, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he super. I always felt like he was one of like the most underrated actors because there's a movie where he's like a boxer that's real super serious and he was like fantastic in it.
Yeah,
and like so I'm like he could do the gambit of like where you had like some people who were like Jim Carrey where he was silly movies for 15 years before he started trying to push the dramatic into the dramatic, and John Leguizamo was like boom 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 back and forth like from the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean like one of my favorite movies with John Leguizamo besides this one is Empire.
Oh,
super good. Like he's like a drug lord in that film.
Right.
Very smart, very calculating, trying to move all the pieces. I mean, there's like a lot of like underrated like sort of like drug movies out there, like Empire. There was Fresh, where like this young kid like overturns all these like drug lords. So, but I mean, in Empire, he's just really good.
Yeah.
Really, he could do the dramatic scenes, the drama, and the comedy really well.
Right.
But I believe John Leguizamo was such a heavy, like, what's it called? Like a body, like, comedian?
Right. Very physical, like very yeah.
Expressive and all that stuff.
Right.
Because, I mean, I remember...
That's actually kind of why I brought up Jim Carrey, because early him and early Jim Carrey kind of very similar.
Yeah. But I also remember watching John Leguizamo's, like, stand-ups as a kid when it was, like, on HBO and stuff. And it was almost like a play rather than a stand-up.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Which is like different, and I don't think he gets enough credit as like a comedian as well.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so back to the film.
Sorry.
Over our love fest of John Leguizamo. We're gonna run through the film. It's super because I'd rather like us talk about how we felt about the film versus like just going through it on the review. But here we go. We start off with a woman. She's coming down to. She's obviously in Brooklyn. Well, not obviously, but she's in Brooklyn. She's running in the rain. It looks like she's gonna go abandon a baby at a church.
Yep.
Side note, I have live tweeted this. So if you guys want to go back to during this time, you can see what my thoughts are. One of my thoughts are, what if no one ever answered that door? Hashtag baby dead. No, and then so. She puts like this ominous looking rock into a very Kal-El looking spaceship thing that this baby is in. When the nuns open it up, it's actually an egg.
Yeah.
Which, for me, I would have been like, okay, cool, let's make an omelet.
But yeah, but when they first open it could be a big stone. It could be, who knows what it is.
Right.
It's
it feels about 8 pounds, 6 ounces. But obviously it's Daisy's mother, who abandons this baby for a good reason. Obviously, she runs back into the tunnels and she gets surprised by Dennis Hopper, who we don't know who the character is yet.
Right.
But you know what, man? Dennis Hopper really like phoned it in. He made this as like cheesy, but he did it so well. Like he embodied like if you ever notice in this film. The way he places his hands the entire time. It's close to his chest like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Okay, yeah, and then so like we get a couple time skips. It's like what 20 years later?
20 years later.
We're in the living room of the Marios.
Right.
Who later you learn that's just their name.
Right.
Marios.
Mario, and Luigi Mario.
How many Marios is that? 3. which is funny. Like one of my favorite parts about this film actually is that they actually do plumbing.
You're right. Yes.
Never, you know what? Never in the game was Mario ever given like a wrench he can throw, or
a plunger to pull off somebody's face.
A plunger. He could use a plunger to like stick on things. Which is, man, really missed opportunity there, Nintendo. Yeah. But Mario, he's getting ready to go to work. Luigi's on the couch, just watching like conspiracy theory, like TV.
Yep.
Where they're talking about aliens and other dimensions. In another scene, we see Daisy. She's actually at a construction site or like an archaeological. Wow, I can say that word? A dig.
Yes.
Right? Because there was a new development happening in Brooklyn, but all of a sudden they have uncovered bones.
Right.
And so
they're working with the college to try to preserve the area, but the people who originally started digging there for construction want them to hurry up and clean up so that they can build their building, make some money.
And I think maybe it's because of the time, but in 1993, of course, it's an Italian mob-looking guy.
Oh, yeah.
Who's like, well, I think you'll be done tonight. It's just, and then all of a sudden she's like, oh, I have to go look for her phone. And if you follow my Twitter feed, is like, oh no, 90s problems, looking for a phone booth, hashtag stressed out. But like it looks like she goes so far for this phone.
Right. Apparently in Brooklyn, there's not a lot of payphones on the street.
But it's 1993. You couldn't walk anywhere without saying paid phone every 2-3 blocks. But at this time, Mario and Luigi, they're supposed to be on their way to a job for a plumbing site. They get beat out by Scapelli, who is the developer of Daisy's construction or archaeological dig.
Yep.
And so this is kind of where they meet up, like, because obviously Daisy needs to use the phone. Luigi's checking the messages, and if you don't know what that is, kids, before you can call yourself, put your code in, and then
and your answering machine at home would play its messages for you.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a job lined up for them, but Luigi seems smitten with Daisy. And so they drive her back to the dig site, and Mario helps Luigi, best wingman ever.
Yeah.
Get him a date with her. So later that night they go out to dinner. Mario is with someone who is not Peach, but is
right.
Definitely blessed. And then Luigi and Daisy are having dinner. It's going pretty well, Mario's girlfriend tries to help Luigi, says, "Oh, we could take the van back and you could walk her home." That way, it's a nice little, very subtle, like, hey, spend more time with her, and maybe something will happen. And they have like a cute little interaction. I feel like the chemistry between Daisy and the actress playing Daisy and John Leguizamo was pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
They're both very awkward. It almost seems like it's like one of their first dates. Obviously, obviously Daisy, who feels like she's out of place in our world, and then John Leguizamo, who you learned during dinner was also abandoned, and hashtag Father of the Year Mario adopts him. Luigi says, like, I never knew my parents. Mario just took me in.
Right.
And so, like, at what age do you think Mario took Luigi in?
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know if he's like dad or if he's like brother. Maybe he's or like uncle and like...
Right? Well, I feel like maybe they're probably going to be like 15 years apart at least. Because, right. Bob Hoskins in this movie is already kind of old.
Right.
He's balding, but it's like almost like an adorable, like, oh, look at this Italian man. And so, like, yeah, they feel like they have a connection because, awkward bomb drop. Daisy during lunch is like, oh, I was abandoned in a church. Like, that's a pretty...
Yeah, it's like everyday conversation. That's the first thing you bring up.
It's a heavy subject to be bringing up on the first date.
Right.
But then again, I guess a double date on the first date is kind of bad, too.
I think it was because
Or is it not?
Luigi's
Maybe.
a little awkward, so it's like, hey, you'll feel more comfortable if I'm there. I can be the buffer.
Oh, okay, that's
then,
true. Yeah, and then plus, like, with another female there, they can, like, kind of...
Right.
Yeah, so it'll ease the tension off, right?
Yeah.
Ease the pressure. So, that's good. But, what's it called? Daisy is like, oh, do you want to see my work? You know, and Luigi being so super supportive is like, oh, that's so cool. I don't think anything you do is weird. You know, the things you say on the first date, yeah. So they go to the tunnel. There's another live tweet right here is... Oh, she feels at home underground. Hashtag maybe she's a Ninja Turtle.
What?
But she's showing Luigi all of the bones
Right.
that they found. And she's like, oh, look at this one. It looks like a monster trying to become a human. Which, I mean, that's weird, right? But then, like, what's it called? They see Scapelli's men running out from one of the tunnels.
Bailing from the tunnel, yeah.
Well, like, they sabotaged it, right?
Yep.
They're trying to drown it out so that way they can just continue construction. Luigi goes to get Mario, and, you know, obviously he hates Scapelli, so he goes to help right away. Which, I mean, I really thought, I was like, how far are they that it's not already flooded? From the way that the water was coming out.
It's a big tunnel, so it has a lot of water to fill it. I don't know.
Okay, like a lot of, like, water for it to run away, right?
Yeah.
And so...
We'll go with that. In the Mario Brothers game, there's like an underwater world, right, where you have to swim. So it's...
And so we get the first instance of Mario actually doing plumbing.
Right.
Which is awesome. You know, Luigi's his apprentice. He's calling out, like, socket wrench, sizes and all that stuff. And in the very last, he's like, hand. Because he's leaning on it. And he's just, like, tired. So it was really awesome. But at this point, Iggy and Pop. I think Iggy and... I think his name is Pop.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
The two most annoying things in the movie.
Yeah, they ambush Mario and Luigi from the back and kidnap Daisy. This is where when they wake up pretty fast. It didn't seem like they were knocked out for too long. But you know, they find Daisy, like where the voice is coming from, and it's in a very steep ledge. And then all of a sudden, Daisy comes out of the rock like Freddy Krueger in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Because they're, you know what though, like it kind of holds up almost.
It's not too bad.
It's not. It's really not that bad. Like if it was today's standard, it would be like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously, I don't know, Kobe. If you had saw that happen, are you gonna follow?
Or just crappy pants. Yeah, I don't know.
But after being on one date with Daisy, Luigi is smitten, and for some reason has a leap of faith and jumps over to the wall.
Right, yeah, because he often says, I just got a feeling. You got to go with your feeling.
Right? Yeah. Like in the beginning of the film where he's driving.
Yeah.
And he says it throughout the whole film. Like he is sort of Mario's lost innocence almost.
Right.
Because Mario isn't a bad guy, but he's like a guy that's like grounded on reality at this point. You know, he's like, you know,
He's lived in New York for 40 years.
Yeah. But yeah,
as a plumber cleaning people's
shit.
Yeah.
But you know what's really awesome is that at this point we get a fun, almost like what's it called? Bob Hoskins. He does some some slapstick comedy here because he's like teetering between the edge of like, should I go? Should I not? And it's kind of funny, but he ends up tipping over and then going into the new dimension. Now this is where they find, like they follow Daisy out of the way and they get into the street, but they don't notice it's Dino Hatton yet. That's what I called it. I don't know if
that is what it's called.
Oh. Oh man, but yeah, and so before they notice that they're in Dino Hatton, they see Daisy being taken into a taxi. And this is sort of like where they're trying to figure each other out, like figure where they're at.
Yeah,
trying to find their boundaries.
Because
right?
they're in a city now that is like New York but different. There's people pushing eggs around in strollers.
There's two dinosaurs fighting over like the fungus.
Yeah.
Also, the fungus is very prevalent in this movie. If you guys don't notice,
lots of fungus.
Oh man, but yeah, and so they're kind of weirded out. They're wigged out. You know, they don't know what's happening. At this point, Luigi and Mario have the meteor necklace that Daisy always wears around her neck.
Yeah.
But it's kind of where it gets muggy. The movie's 2 hours long, guys. So I'm not going to know every single detail. But they get mugged by this old lady. Hashtag be my grandma because she was a gangster. But oh my god. And then Big Bertha. Which funny enough, on my tweet, I was like, that girl's name is Bertha. And then later I found out it was Bertha.
Yes.
Tosses the grandma.
Yeah, just grabs her and chucks her over the the railing into the street.
But you know what that signifies? That there's racial equality in Dino-Manhattan. But yeah, she takes the rock and she gets out of there in the flyest way possible with the what's called the Stomper.
So that's the super jump,
which is awesome. I want some. But and then after this, man, what happens? There is a APB on plumbers. Right. So now they're wanted people because Koopa has learned that there's plumbers in their system, and I don't know what the significance of it is yet, because they never there's not a prophecy of plumbers coming to fix this world, or there's just in my mind it's Koopa. There's no way. You don't know what there's no way that a plumber is this malicious for you to act this way. Right.
Yeah, because they've got running water and stuff, so it's not like they don't already have plumbers somewhere in their universe.
But then they never explain the hatred towards it. Right. He's just plumbers. Oh, Kobe, what happens after they get into Dino City?
So then they get arrested.
Yeah. And they meet Toad.
And they meet Toad, which is played by Mojo Nixon. And he's a...
Who's that guy, old man?
He's an old singer, but he sang novelty songs. Not quite...
very Weird Al-ish?
Not so much parody, but just kind of silly...
just silly song.
Yeah.
What you would find on YouTube now?
Yes. Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, they... what's it called? They go to jail because... this is where you find out that Mario's last name is Mario. Right. And then Luigi's last name is Mario. Right. But also, no one ever questioned why this police officer is getting a heel dug into his shoulder. But by what I could only assume is a dinosaur hooker.
And it's a very, Mad Max kind of prison.
They're dog cages. They're in dog cages.
Yeah, well, they're animals. Do we know that?
Well, everyone down there is animals.
Yeah.
Right? But
the cars and the police cars are all Mad Maxed out. Which is cages and scoops and spikes and it looks like it would be bad part of town in I don't know, some steampunky.
Yeah, it's very
movie.
steampunky, right?
Yeah.
But this is where you learn because later on Toad isn't above them. He's playing the harmonica. He's like, "Oh, you guys are from another dimension, right?" He has a very California-ish type of way of talking. Yes. Yeah, and so Luigi's like, "See, I told you we're in another dimension." Which I don't know if the two dinosaurs fighting over the fungus was not a giveaway to Mario. But this is where they meet Koopa. He's supposed to be their lawyer, air quotes, but is not. And he for some odd reason, Koopa is a germaphobe in this film.
And They've never really explained that either.
Well, I think it's because Koopa sees mammals as so below him. It's it's like if we ever touch a cockroach. And I think,
But there's other things, he's got he washes his hands and then covers them in wax earlier on. Or maybe it's not wax, maybe it's...
Dino cum? No, like, man, I'm telling you, Dennis Hopper is such a good actor, but for this movie, he really just takes it. He puts so many layers on. He goes 100 on the reptile stuff because he accentuates his S's.
Yeah.
And, his hair looks like, I guess, the top of what a Tyrannosaurus Rex head would look like.
Right. It's the way it's kind of cornrow braided.
Yeah,
almost
I think
looks
it's like gelled
scaly
or something. Yeah. Super awesome. But at this point, they take him to the de-evolution or the evolution chamber.
Yes.
And they turn Toad into a Goomba. Sad times. But they at least give him his harmonica. Happy times.
And I love the Goombas where all of a sudden, like, they almost like triple the size of their body, and then their head is like
so tiny,
like a lizard, but like a grapefruit at the same time.
But then they're so expressive, which is awesome.
With the giant teethy mouths that are just like
it's super
kind of
awesome.
cute.
Yeah. Oh man, what's it called? But Mario and Luigi, they escape. And they take them all on this chase until they get to the desert.
Right.
Which, by the way, they are saved by the fungus. At this point in time, Luigi has been getting hints that the fungus is trying to help them. They try to give him a bomb.
Yep.
They're like, hey, take my mushroom, because it's a mushroom shield, which is, really cool. And then at this point, Daisy... Lena, who is Koopa's right-hand girl or like side piece, I don't know what she is.
Right. Yeah.
She's been told to prepare Daisy. I don't know what for. But this is where we actually, on my tweet for this, is before Baby Yoda, there was Yoshi.
Oh, yeah, there was.
Adorable. And what was really awesome is that the animatronics they used for Yoshi is what Spielberg had used for Jurassic Park.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so the technology they made for Yoshi...
Right, because Jurassic Park came out that same year.
No, it came out in 94. Right?
Oh, did it?
I believe so. Uh-oh. Fact check time.
Yeah, I remember them coming out about the same time.
Yeah.
And, like, weirdly, didn't they have, like, a very...
Oh, 93. Okay.
Didn't they have, like, a very similar budget? Between...
No, hell no. Let's see. Young and tall. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so Jurassic Park had 20 more million. And made...
Okay.
A lot.
Yeah.
It made so much more. But because this was being shot first, Spielberg was using almost the same studio spaces, and he had saw, like, before they went into production for Jurassic Park.
Okay.
He's like, oh my god, that's awesome. I'm going to use that. And he did, and made so much more money.
Yes.
But I mean, like,
but Yoshi was awesome. Like, as a
awesome.
little dinosaur, and very realistic.
It's very, like, expressive. See, this is what you guys get when you guys use practical effects. But it also took, like, a team of, like, 7 people to control it. But it's still awesome. Like, do it, guys.
Yeah.
Because I will always be there for for a Yoshi. And it's like a baby Yoshi, almost, because you can't ride it yet.
That's true.
But I will never be okay with baby. I know. I have to watch The Mandalorian to, like, really get it. Have you seen it yet?
I still have not seen it.
Okay, see. So, yeah. So, when we watch The Mandalorian, and maybe my mind will be changed on Baby Yoda. But so far, no.
Right.
But, yeah. So, at this point, Mario is trying... what's it called?
So, total side note, but they killed off Mr. Peanut.
Yep.
And then they brought back Baby Peanut. Yep. That has the same sparkle in his eye as Baby Yoda. I'm like, really? Are you trying to get the Baby Yoda audience to like peanuts? Sorry, that was a little rant.
Little tangent.
Got a little irritated when I was like, grew up with Mr. Peanut. They couldn't just have him retire. They had to kill him so they could replace him with this dumbass baby.
Well, you know, if it was like the early 2000s, it would have been a teenage Peanut.
Yes.
Well, you know, like coming in a skateboard. So there's no win-win, you know?
Right.
You know, you couldn't get his cousin.
Yep.
But yeah, and so at this point, Iggy and Pop, they go to the evolution chamber, and then they evolve.
Yes.
More.
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, they're two bumbling idiots. And so at this point, they're talking very fluently in like this very intellectual
so now they're
way.
Bumbling idiots that know some big words.
Yeah. but because their brains had evolved, they see why Koopa is not a good leader.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is amazing. You know, I wish that there was a machine that just made everybody smarter. So maybe that way we wouldn't have who we have as a president. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole different podcast. Yeah, and so at this point, you know, what's it called? They try to capture Mario and Luigi. They don't. They get stuck. They sneak in. They sneak in with the garbage truck into. No, they go to the club.
They got to go to the club because that's when they find out that the crystal is
with Big Bertha.
It is like the Gelflings carrying the small shard of the dark crystal, and they have to connect the crystal to connect the universes.
Man, if you guys didn't know we were nerdy yet. Yeah, but they do find out because they're even though they're smarter, they're still bumbling idiots.
Yes.
That the crystal is what's going to connect the two worlds together or merge them together, right? So they have to go get the crystal from Big Bertha. And Mario, with the slickest of moves, seduces Big Bertha.
Right.
With his tango. I don't know what that dance is.
It was suave. That's what
it was very 007.
Yeah. It's the kind of dance you expect like Antonio Banderas to do.
Or Pierce Brosnan.
Not Mario. But he pulls it off.
He pulls it off. He untangles the necklace off of Big Bertha. And she is into him, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
But during that, they're what's it called? They're going through some New York Jets plays right now, or Giants. I don't know which kind of fans they are. I think Jets. I don't know. But Lena gets a hold of the crystal, and as they're trying to make an escape, Big Bertha hides them into the room and tells them to put the stompers on, and they escape through the roof.
Yes.
After that, they sneak into Koopa Tower, and this is probably one of my favorite parts in the film. So, you know, side note for like, you know, the later topic that we're going to do. Mario mentions that, wow, this place hasn't been serviced in years. Look at these pipes. It's just like, it's nice to hear Mario talk about plumbing. And so after this, they don their iconic costumes. Awesome.
Right.
Super awesome. And you know what? The best part about it is that it made sense because obviously plumbers have like jumpsuits or like, you know, just a costume, you know, and it's one of those nice jumpsuits, so you know you're not going to get any crack in that one.
Right, with the overalls. Yeah.
With the overalls. And so now I'm going to really speed up through this because, what's it called? We're coming to the 40-minute mark. I kind of want to start cutting it off at 40. One of the best scenes in this film is that they're in the elevator and they make the Goombas dance by swaying them back and forth. Awesome.
To the elevator music.
To the elevator music. What's it called? Peach gets away from Lena with Yoshi's help. Sadly, Yoshi gets stabbed.
Right.
Heartless
just
monster.
Boom, right in the throat.
What's it called? Daisy sees her dad for the first time, which almost looks like an H.P. Lovecraftian type of character.
Yeah.
Right? But it's also super gross because every time it comes out, it looks like poop coming out of a butthole.
It does now.
What's it called? Mario and Luigi meet up with Daisy, and Mario goes to save his girl and the Brooklyn girls who've been getting kidnapped.
Right, because the Spike and is the dumb.
Spike and Iggy, that's his name, not Iggy and Pop. I'm thinking about
Spike and Iggy are dumb, so they just
kidnapped anyone.
Yeah, their description is walks upright, 2 arms, 2 legs, female.
Boobs.
And so they like just grab random girls and bring them.
And so while Mario was trying to go save his girl, Luigi and Daisy get caught by Koopa.
Yeah.
And so as they're being taken away, they're trying to find the crystal. He gets the crystal from Lena because Lena goes to backstab Dennis Hopper or Koopa to try to put it in. But APB, she gets caught. He gets the crystal. They're trying to make their way to the meteorite to reconnect the worlds together. But then Mario comes through the vent where they all like Mario and the girls get injured in real life because there was no safety precautions.
Right. Yep.
I heard it was like a 15-foot drop. It's just like terrifying. And this is where we get like a
Jackie Chan would have done it.
Well, Jackie Chan is Jackie Chan. This is Bob Hoskins. But yeah, and then we get sort of a very short fight, which is awesome because at this point, Mario throws a stomper at Koopa. He falls into like this little rig thing, which is nice because it was like his very iconic like flying ship thing in the video game.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
That's right.
Luigi gives him his tools, which also had a bomb in it.
Yep.
And so
the one from the beginning that the fungus gave him.
But like at this point, it just almost looked like a toy. But the moment Mario pulls it out, everyone is freaking out. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's a bomb!" And so Mario sets it up on the ground to like walk towards him, but then falls through the cracks.
Yeah, right.
And at this point, Luigi and Daisy are in the tunnels following Lena, trying to stop her from connecting the worlds.
Yep.
Which she doesn't, but then Lena dies as soon as she puts the rock in. She gets blasted into the wall. Into extinction, pretty much, right?
Right. To a pile of bones.
Right. And then at this point, Mario and Koopa are fighting. He gets close to Mario. Mario blows out the flame on his gun. That was his plan the whole time. But then their worlds start merging.
Yes.
Right? And so the worlds start merging. Koopa's like, "You never had the rock at all, you filthy mammal." And they end up at the dig site that Daisy was trying to protect.
Oh, and then we kind of skipped over the weapon. So Koopa had developed a de-evolution gun that all of his army was going to have. And then when they came to Earth, they could just shoot all the humans, and the humans would all just turn into monkeys, and then he'd be able to rule them.
Which is a pretty solid plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in this point where they're in Brooklyn, Koopa de-evolves Scapelli.
Yes.
And, he becomes a monkey, which should freak everybody out,
And they just applaud.
They laugh.
Yeah.
They're laughing because he's making monkey noises.
Yeah.
I'd be gone so fast. But at this point, Luigi uses his tools, pulls the meteorite out, and separates the worlds once again.
Yes.
Koopa's pretty mad. Oh, I did forget. We did forget one thing. When they were in the prison, showing them the de-evolution stages, Mario and Luigi actually put Koopa in the chair and de-evolve him a little bit.
Yes.
So there you go. So, but when they get back into when they get back to Dino Hatton, Luigi saves Mario by throwing him the de-evolution gun.
Right.
And I think this is a pretty it reminded me of Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones when they had the two big guns. Because they were just steadily de-evolving Koopa into primordial ooze.
Yes. All the way.
All the way. And then we're getting to the end of the film. Daisy sends Mario and Luigi back. She tells Luigi hey, I gotta stay, I gotta find out where I belong, and all this stuff.
Right. This is the first time I've ever met my dad.
I need to get to know him.
Yeah.
So it's very understandable for a girl who was abandoned, that never knew who she was. You know, and it just, you know, you feel bad for Luigi because, you know, like in a day, not only did he topple over a tyrannical government.
Right. And he saved the world.
And he saved that world. And, and their world.
Yep.
You know, but he doesn't get the girl. Sucks. But then Mario's like, hey, if you really loved her, you'd let her do this, you know? So, you know, it's good that Mario...
She's got to find her place.
Yeah. So it's a Super Mario Bros. Movie, but it's kind of like a Luigi movie. If you think about it,
yes.
You know? Mario is just like this grizzled veteran who is funnily agile, you know, despite how round he is. But yeah, it's a Luigi and Daisy movie. Right?
It really is, yeah.
But we get to the end of the film. Mario is in the apartment with his lady and Luigi. They're like, oh, hey, we're on the TV. You know, the newscaster coins them the Super Mario Bros.
Right. I thought it was a clever way to do it. He was like, the Mario Brothers who saved the world.
Right.
They're more like Super Mario Brothers.
Which is awesome. And then all of a sudden, Daisy kicks in the door and he's like, I need you guys. You wouldn't believe what's happening. And then Mario...
And when she kicks in the door, she totally looks like Ripley with the gun and the belt of like a cross where she's like going to like save Newt from the aliens.
Yeah. Which is awesome. They like gave her like not character development, but they made her look the part of like someone who's a rebel.
Yeah.
Almost. And then so Mario, who at the beginning of the movie was a skeptic, is now a total believer. And he's like, let's get to work.
And of course, then they grab their tool belts.
Which, you know, like Mario said, you have to respect your tools.
Yes.
But, you know, also, let's be honest, like, those tools are almost as dangerous as guns in their hand. And then we get to the end of the film, which sadly never gets the continuation that it rightfully deserves.
Right.
And I don't think, I think Bob Hoskins is too old to play Mario.
I don't think he's alive anymore.
Oh, is he not alive? Oh, no.
So the sequel would certainly be a Luigi-only movie.
Oh, it'd be like a grizzled Luigi. Like, he's just, like, sad and depressed. You know, Mario died during the Great Mushroom Kingdom battle.
Yep.
Oh, Kobe. So, I'm sorry, guys. I really rushed through this. Next time, I'll be more prepared with just key points I want to talk about. But I really want to talk about the film after. So, Kobe, how did you like... what did you think about the film when you first watched it?
So, I actually saw this in the theater when it first came out.
No, I did too. So, now we're both old. Yeah, so how did you feel about it when you first watched it?
I loved it. I thought this was a super fun movie. By the time I saw this, I had already been able to, in my brain, make the distinction that the movie is not going to be the same as the video game, or the movie is not going to be the same as the comic book, or as the novel. So I could at that point, it already was like I can go in and enjoy it for what it is, and not compare it.
Yeah, so man, I remember watching it the first time, and I was like 4 when it came out. 5 maybe. But I mean, I was playing Super Mario on the Super Nintendo and all that stuff.
Right.
And so it not being like the video game didn't matter to me as much.
Yeah.
You know? But I think if you look at the attention to detail this movie had, though, it's really awesome. It pays so many homages to the actual video game.
Right.
Then if you see Koopa's Tower, the texture of the wall looks like the final stages of the video game.
Yep.
You know, it was they explained the double jump.
Yeah. Yep. The little charger for the boots is painted like the bullet.
Yeah. Oh, a funny thing is the Babam product placement right here. The Babam underneath was some Reeboks.
Yep.
But it's awesome, and they explained the flamethrower, that's the one that shoot the fireballs.
Right.
You know, and
the de-evolution gun was the Super Scope, the Nintendo Super Scope.
Oh, yeah. See, See, I think like if you're like a fanboy and all that stuff, and you really hated this film because it wasn't like the movie or like the video game, like dude, you have to you have to enjoy it for what it was.
Oh yeah,
and you know, and it pays so many like homages to the actual video game that you should appreciate that too. You know?
Yeah.
Right?
And like it is like I've maybe seen this once since I saw it originally in the theater, and there was things I was catching watching it this week that I was like, oh, that's the thing from the game, and that I like never caught originally.
Yeah. I like how they used the mushroom that saved Mario from being de-evolved.
Yep.
It was the 1-up mushroom that like, you know, it took the shot for you.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
The only one spot where they missed on they could have had a good placement was when they de-evolved Scapelli.
Yeah.
They should have made him a gorilla, because then he could have been Donkey Kong.
Oh! And of course he builds buildings.
Yep.
So he'll always... yeah, that's a really missed opportunity. I feel bad that they also didn't evolve Toad. I didn't get to see Toad become Toad again. You know?
Well, yeah.
Which was kind of weird that he was such a big guy anyway.
Right.
Also, we never got to see the star. You know, the star that made you invincible. But I guess like doing drugs in a kids movie is.
Yeah, that's true. That's they could have had that in the nightclub,
right? Right. I guess how would you incorporate the star making you feel invincible? Maybe like a spray. You know?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, Gobi. What are your favorite parts about the film?
There's just a lot of like fun little things. Like when they, when the evil henchwoman is trying to with the crystal,
yeah,
and then they blow her into the wall, and like she like becomes part of the wall, and then she's like totally like a kind of like you were saying about the building. She's like a background texture.
Yeah.
For the.
Yeah, it was like the games. Yeah, they had that in the games as well. Anything else?
There was just a bunch of.
There's just a bunch of small things.
Stuff. I love like Big Bertha. Like, wasn't Big Bertha like? Isn't that the name of like the red fish?
Oh yeah,
in the game.
I think so. I do remember the big red fish though. For me,
but when she just grabs the old lady and just like chucks her into the street, like I was just cracking up at that.
Oh man, for me it had to be all the times that Mario was doing some plumbing. Because you know what, like never in any video game iteration has he done any plumbing. Nor is it ever mentioned. You know, like I think in Mario Sunshine they give him like a hose. I was like, why don't you give him like a wrench? I don't know. I think that was pretty fun. Like this movie is so much fun if you don't ever think about anything else. Like if you played the video game and you like notice all these little Easter eggs or little
right, it's just bonus.
And yeah, like the little intricacies that they put into the film. You know, you'd appreciate it for what it is. You know, just as another iteration of this expansive like empire, Mario Empire.
Yeah.
Right, because I think he was like, I think Super Mario or Mario in general is probably like one of the first real like mainstays of video games.
Right, because he was Nintendo's
golden boy.
You're right, like every new Nintendo game that came out always came with one game, and it was always a Mario game.
Right. I mean, yeah, because then like I think that's what's inspired Sega to have Sonic.
Right.
And all that stuff. I think after that, there wasn't really anything for like PlayStation. PlayStation did a lot of more like Final Fantasy, but then that was from Nintendo. Metal Gear was from Nintendo. So yeah, I mean, man, I'm really sad that they never got to do the sequel. Yeah.
It's sad that this bombed as hard as it did. I mean, if it would have at least made its money back. Right. But I can see this. We're in the internet culture now, and we weren't then, so it's probably why it didn't catch on. But at this point, I could see so many memes coming out of this movie, and so much like second afterlife coming out, on the internet where this would become like, cult icon. Like,
we just, I'm hoping that one day we get big enough to like have a resurface of this movie, because I don't even think it's I don't think it's even cult status yet.
Right.
But it's just, it shows you that a video game movie that isn't really based on the source material can still be good on its own.
Where you have like Doom, which has a storyline. You have like Final Fantasy has a storyline. Mario, his storyline is save the princess. That's
the most basic of storylines. But they really try to give this like some substance.
Right.
And so
the other kind of cool thing was that they there's so many like pipes in the Mario games where you go down pipes.
Yeah.
And then every time they wanted to, like, when they tried to get into the other world, they had to go through the sewer. So it was always like go down the pipes.
Yeah.
Into the underworld.
And so there's like, for this movie, it had so many nods to like the original like base that it was trying to go to.
Right.
But I think that it just word of mouth had spread so much that people didn't like it because, it's not like the video games. But I was like, do you want a side scroller for like a movie? Yeah, this just tried to give you a story that's entertaining.
And you get a Siskel and Ebert and they both trash it, and then all of a sudden, like, parents don't want to take their kids to see it because they're like, I'm not going to enjoy it, so...
I never really trusted Siskel and Ebert. They're just such old dudes. Well, I mean, one of them's dead. Rest in peace.
Right.
I think he passed away because of cancer.
I believe so.
But you know what, though? Like, that one, he actually liked the Mortal Kombat movie.
Okay.
The skinny guy. Ebert?
Yeah.
Or is it Siskel? No, Siskel. Because Ebert's still alive.
Yes.
Man, that dude is still kicking. The hate flows through. No, but yeah, I remember I was watching another documentary where he's like, I really enjoyed the Mortal Kombat movie. So, I mean, they were so prevalent in the early 90s of like people watching movies.
Yep.
They had a show where they just talked about movies.
Yep.
First of its kind. So, they were Rotten Tomatoes before Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes. Totally.
Oh man, but yeah, man, and one of my favorite parts of this film is the casting of Dennis Hopper.
Right.
He just, like I said, he really phoned it in. He embodied what a T-Rex was.
Right, and like as a young John Leguizamo's, man, he was like, I still like in my head. Like, that's Luigi.
I mean, he was in this one. It just reminded me, like, man, John Leguizamo as a little brother would be so much trouble.
Yep.
Kobe. So we're going to go to the rating system, and if you guys don't know, it's Stream It, DVD, Blu-ray, and Ultimate Box Collection. Kobe, how would you rate this?
You know what? Going into this, I was totally thinking this is going to be DVD. But now that I watched it, I would love to see some more stuff. And kind of looking into it, it looks like there was cut scenes. Like, apparently there was like a whole rap scene in the club where Spike and an Iggy rap to distract the
Goombas.
Yeah. And so I may look for this on DVD to see if I can find some of that cut scenes. And
I would, man, if there was a sequel, I would have gotten this Ultimate Box Collection.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what else they would put in with this, but yeah.
Well, I feel like at this point, if they come out with like some sort of anniversary edition, really what they could put is just like the cast interviews, or even just like the cast like doing commentary on it. But I'm pretty sure a lot of it would be like, yeah, that goddamn cunt. Well, if Bob Hoskins was still alive, I think he was the one who called him the dick and the cunt. So
right.
But yeah, I just really like. I also wanted to hear what the writers. I don't know if it's the husband and wife that did the writing for it.
It sounded like, because when I was looking through, it sounded like it was like maybe 4 scripts that got picked up, and they were like, okay, this is going to be the director, and then he redid it, and then it kind of dropped out, and then they're like, the next director came in and was like, okay, well, I'll take that script and I will revise it this way, and so it was kind of like a
nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I would just like to see, like, you know, or even if there was just like a little documentary for it on the Blu-ray,
right?
On like the production, you know, the reception, and then why they never got into a sequel. And then if they talk about like what the sequel possibly could have been. But I mean, there's like parts in this where it really holds up. Like I said, like Yoshi holds up. You could put that in any like show or movie right now.
Absolutely, yeah.
And all the people would go wild for it, just like they did for Baby Yoda.
We're gonna watch Mandalorian and be like, Baby Yoda is the greatest thing. We'll have to go back through and edit those out.
I will not. I will stand by. I feel like I will not like Baby Yoda.
I feel the same way.
But Baby Yoshi, I think it holds up really well. The part where they're disintegrating and going into the, I felt like that held up really well. I mean,
where they jump through the wall
does not.
That does not.
Yeah,
but I feel like I remember that being pretty bad 25 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just like when Spawn goes into hell.
Oh yeah.
And there's just like that one scene where it's like so bad.
Yeah, but it's the 90s. You know, very early computer graphics are coming in, and so like, you know, it was, oh my god, it was 93, man. It was revolutionary for that time.
Right.
But like I said, nothing beats practical effects, because that Baby Yoshi still holds up.
That rocks. Yeah.
Oh man, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode for the month, for Video Game Month.
Game Month.
We had to. Oh, it's awesome that they started the movie with that ring, with the tone. Awesome. But yeah, we definitely had to start this month off with one of the first video game movies of ever.
Right.
We will not be doing Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat is, I think, at this point, just pretty iconic as one of the best video game adaptations ever.
Right.
But yeah, hope you guys tune in for next week. Look at the show notes. We have our email there if you guys want to shoot us any recommendations for themes for the month. I'm going to put the Twitter down there as well. You could slide into our but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Download it. Check it out on whatever your podcasting streaming sites are. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, Google.
Yep.
The most important ones, I think. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.
I think we're on like 8, so there's got to be the other ones that I don't use.
But yeah, that's the end of the episode. I'm Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out the person who does our theme music, it is Lee Rosevere, called Arcade Montage. You can check out her Bandcamp down below.
Thank you.